Hello and welcome to J.J. Isaacson Field at Seymour Smith Park, and joining us tonight for this Corn Belt League Network showcase between the Haymakers and the Rail Riders. Quick mistake on the graphic there. It's not the Red Raiders. I am Jackson Ingvoldstad, guested by Ethan McCormick. Today is a beautiful day, very sunny, not too hot, not too cold. Ethan, you got anything to fill in on the weather today?
I can already feel the comments brewing. No, I'm not allergic to anything. I got my wisdom teeth out, and my face looks like I'm storing 4 acorns in my cheeks. Okay? Get it out of your system. I'm just a little puffy, but, I'm a trooper. We get going.
It's committed to the program, Corn Belt League Network.
100%.
That's why they call us
Grind never stops.
Nationwide famous for our commitment.
We're making moves out here. 100%.
Exactly. But, yes, today is a beautiful day. We're going to see some great baseball. Ethan, can you take us through some of these league standings as of July 1st?
Yeah, so as of the last game, which got done about an hour ago, the Blue Dogs are 10-3. The Rail Riders are 8-3-1. The Filth Ballers 8-5-1. The Bombers are 6-6-1. Haymakers, which you'll see here in just a little bit, 4-6-1. The Crop Dusters, after their last win against the Red Raiders, moved to 4-7. They've played a doubleheader in game 1 and 2 of the day. Black Sox moved to 4-7 after their win against the Crop Dusters in game 1 of the tripleheader. And then the Red Raiders, after their loss to the Crop Dusters, moved to 3-9-1. So a lot of movement, but it's nice to see a little bit of movement as we kind of get going towards the back half of the season with the All-Star game coming up next week, the Military War Dogs game coming tomorrow. So a lot of movement, and it's a pretty fun time to be in the Corn Belt League.
Yeah, it'll be a great game to watch tonight. Rail Riders who have done great this year, facing off the Haymakers, who they've done their fair share. They've had one draw in the season, which is new this year for the Corn Belt League. But yep, it should be a great day for baseball tonight.
Yeah, it should be a really good one. The temperature's 84 degrees, a little partly cloudy, not too much sun. I don't know if you guys have been outside. It's pretty nice outside. It's a good time to go out there, grab some popcorn, get some fireworks. Don't light your house on fire, and keep your fingers and just watch some Corn Belt League baseball.
Right. We want to have all 10 fingers before and after 4th of July season.
We don't want to turn into Jason Pierre-Paul.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We might make the NFL if we lose a finger, though.
We might make the NFL if we lose a finger. Hey, not to discriminate, but he's pretty good.
He's pretty good. We will return shortly. Please stay tuned. We are the Corn Belt League Network. Welcome back to this 7 p.m. broadcast of the Haymakers versus the Rail Riders.
Rail Riders.
There
we go.
Getting a little confused here. Red Raiders, Rail Riders. Alliteration. It's an issue.
It is. Yeah, it definitely is an issue. It can be.
Right, but as we are getting started here, let's go through the starting lineups for the Haymakers and the Rail Riders. For the Haymakers, first batting will be Mitchell Clay. Next up is Hayden Crawford, Drew Miller, Isaac Sherrill, Alec Villanueva, Ben Kirkland, Blake Peabody, Braden Schmeckpepper, Josh Moore, and then next will be Jake Eltiste. And pitching for the Haymakers will be Logan Anderson. And then for the Rail Riders, it'll be Peyton Blinn, Stephen Machin, Max Milano Torres, Chris Bollifer, Carson Chaprez, Joshua Carlos, Lucas Slager, Joshua Cuniff, Troy Flowers. And then pitching for the Rail Riders will be TJ Swaney. So it should be a pretty great matchup against both teams.
100% agree. It's going to be a pretty good matchup. The ball should be flying in that last game. We saw a couple balls that hit off the wall, hit to the warning track. A lot more of these guys are starting to get a hold of these balls. A lot more of these guys are starting to showcase their power. Expect a couple of these guys in this game to really start showcasing that power, the contact. Maybe we will see a home run. We saw a home run in the first game. Parker Mooney hit one about I'd say maybe about 355 right field. So we'll see if we can see one in this game.
Right, as these players are getting used to their new wooden bat league compared to their metal league and at their collegiate levels. They're starting to get used to the feel of the bat and feel of the overall speed of the game. So as we're getting later in the season, it's definitely getting a lot more interesting.
Yeah, 100%. We've got a good pitching matchup out there on the mound today as well. We saw a pretty good pitching matchup for the first 3 or 4 innings of the last game. So we'll see if we can kind of get a repeat performance so far here in this one.
And the first pitch is up for TJ Swaney, and that is a high ball to start off the count 1-0. And again, batting for the Haymakers is the center fielder, Mitchell Clay. That is grounded to the shortstop, swings it to first, and he beats him. That is a first out for the Rail Riders.
Quick start. 2 pitches, 1 out right there for the Rail Riders, and that's the start that you're going to need. You're the home team, so if you can get some runs up, get some big outs here early, this could be a pretty quick game. So the Rail Riders just got to stay true. They've got a pretty good defense out there.
Right, and their record has shown it. Second in the Corn Belt League, they're currently standing second with an 8-3-1 record. All right, next up batting for the Haymakers is Hayden Crawford. He's the third baseman. The pitch is up, and that's a strike. It's 0-1 count.
As a team, the Rail Riders are third in the Corn Belt League with the 2.86 ERA, a 226 opponent's batting average, 101 strikeouts, 98 strikeouts, which is second. So they can force a lot of strikeouts. They don't allow a lot of runs per game, and they're just very efficient.
Yep. So top of the first inning, we've Haymakers are looking at 1 out with an 0-2 count for Hayden Crawford. Pitches up, takes a big swing at that one, no contact. That is a quick strikeout. So, 5 pitches in, Rail Riders already got 2 outs, and they're looking at their third batter right now.
That's the 23rd strikeout of the season right there for TJ Swaney. That would place him second on the team in strikeouts. 5.68 ERA coming into this one, and now he's thrown 12 complete innings. So pretty complete pitcher out there on the mound for the Rail Riders.
And Swaney throws another strike, now facing number 14, Drew Miller, the DH for the Haymakers. So Swaney takes the mound. And that'll be a ball. So he evens out the count to 1-1. Swaney winds up, and that's another strike. So 1-2 count for Swaney. A quick start in the top of this first inning for the Rail Riders.
And Drew Miller leads the team in average with the .391 average. This is the guy that you want up.
So that ball's up and foul. Pretty good contact. Pretty deep, but does not stay in. So we'll do it again. 1-2 count, 2 outs for Drew Miller. Takes a swing at that, and no good. That's another strikeout for Swaney and the Rail Riders. And we'll switch to the bottom of the first. Please stay tuned. We are the Corn Belt League Network. thank you for tuning back in to the bottom of the first inning. Again, pitching for the Haymakers is Logan Anderson, and first at bat for the Rail Riders will be Peyton Blinn, the shortstop.
Logan Anderson with a 5.74 ERA, an opponent's batting average of .266, and a whip that's just a tick above 2 at 2.05, with 15 strikeouts, which puts him second on the team.
So Anderson winds up, takes a big swing at that. That ball is high in the air towards the Haymakers dugout, and it is hauled in at third base by the Haymakers for a quick out on the first pitch of the bottom of the first.
What a play over there by Hayden Crawford. Recognized that the fence was coming up on him pretty quick. Showed no fear, got that one in. That's a nice play over there at the hot corner by Hayden Crawford.
You know, a lot of plays like that are easy to buff when you think, oh, I have nothing to lose here, but you have a lot that you could be missing out on if you don't make that play. So great haul in by the Haymakers right there. That pitch is quite high from Anderson, so the count will be 1-0.
Machin, a very good stolen base guy. He's one of the best guys in the league. He's got 6 stolen bases on the year.
That ball's grounded to the shortstop. Swings it to first, and he beats him there for an out. So that'll be the second out of an inning. Another quick first inning for both teams. We saw the Rail Riders take care of business pretty quickly, and the Haymakers seem to be doing the same here.
Yeah, this could be a very quick-moving first inning. We'll have to see what this hitter does right here, but I would have to agree. Excuse me, Logan Anderson and excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. Good Lord.
It's the
Can't
wisdom
get my
teeth.
words out. Yeah, it's the wisdom teeth. They're choking on me. They're out for revenge.
So Torres checks his swing there, and that'll be a ball. So 1-0 count for Maximiliano Torres, the center fielder for the Rail Riders. And that ball is very inside. Torres dodges that one. So it'll be a 2-0 count to start him off.
364 average for Maximiliano Torres. He's got 3 stolen bases. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Anderson loads up, the pitch is up, and that'll be a strike. 2-1 count for Anderson. He takes a big swing at that one. That one's flied out to right field, and he puts the squeeze on it, and that'll end the first inning. Very quick first inning for both the Rail Riders and the Haymakers on defense. And we will finish up this first inning and go to the top of the second, where we'll see the Rail Riders be at bat. Thank you for watching, and please stay tuned. This is the Corn Belt League Network. thank you for joining us. Back to the top of the second inning. First batting for the Haymakers is Isaac Sherrill, and he starts off the count 1-0 against TJ Swaney, who's pitching for the Rail Riders. And that'll be another ball, so it'll be a 2-0 count to start off Sheriff. Sheriff is a shortstop, playing shortstop today for the Haymakers. And he'll watch another ball go by him, a good eye, start off his count 3-0.
Isaac Sherrill's batting .261. He's middle of the pack. He's 5th or 6th on their team in batting average. He's got a couple RBIs to his name as well. He can piece together a couple good hits.
And that'll be the first strike of the at-bat for Sherrill, so it'll be a 3-1 count facing off Swaney. Pitches up, and it's another strike, so now we've got ourselves a full count. Sherrill has kept his patience, hasn't swung at a single ball, and he still won't, and that ball's in the dirt, and he will walk to first base. So next up is Alec Villanueva for the Haymakers.
Pretty solid hitter, 318 and 23 or 26 plate appearances and 22 at bats. Solid hitter, can get on base.
Takes a big hack at that one, and no contact will be made. So I'll start off his at bat with 0 balls and 1 strike. Swaney keeps his eye on first. That's a pickoff attempt. He thinks that the first baseman tagged him out, but the ump says otherwise. So we'll do it again. 0 balls, 1 strike for Villanueva. Swaney eyes him down again, and we've got a runner. And catcher drops that one behind the plate, so it'll be a stolen base for Sherrill.
Nice little stolen base right there for Isaac Sherrill, his 4th of the year. Now runners in scoring position here for the Haymakers. Can really get something cooking here. We didn't see our first run of the ball game last ball game come until the 3rd. It was a 3-run 3rd inning. So definitely they can come in any time, so we'll see if maybe the Haymakers can strike early here.
And Sherrill is the first player for either team to get on a base, so got ourselves some action now. Checks his swing there, Villanueva, and that'll be a 2-1 count for him. That'll be a ball. So Sherrill on second, Villanueva at bat, 2-1 count, top of the second with no outs. Pitch is up, and that'll be a strike. So the count is now even out to 2-2. Swaney laughs at that. Definitely does not agree with that call. Thought it was a little bit outside, but it's in his favor. So we'll do it with a 2-2 count now. And Sherrill runs to third as catcher loses that one a little bit. Checks with the ump, but that'll be a stolen base for the Haymakers. So now with a full count, man on third, Villanueva will watch this pitch go by him for the full count pitch. And that'll hit him. So we'll take a walk to first. Now with runners on the corners, next up taking the at-bat for the Haymakers will be Ben Kirkland, the extra hitter.
Just ran a little too far inside with that fastball. You got runners at the corners here, and you've got a pretty dangerous hitter going up to the plate. Easily can break this game open. I'd expect maybe the guy in first to steal so you can get rid of that double play ball. Put runners at second and third. 2 runners in scoring position would be ideal here for the Haymakers.
And Swaney has some play here to clean up. Both of the runners right now were walks. 1 4-ball walk and then one hit. So 1 hit batter. So he's definitely want to clean up this inning after he started pretty strongly in the first.
Kirkland, all he really needs to do is get a ball out and play. And Swaney keeps looking over at first base. He's gotten him pretty close over there. There's been a couple close plays. Swaney's definitely got a pretty quick pickoff move over there. He could probably be catching a couple runners sleeping over there.
So with the count 0-1, Villanueva will run to second, and he will be safe. So now the Haymakers with 0 outs have a runner on third and second with the 1-1 count for the batter. So they got a lot of momentum going here at the top of the second after a quick first for both teams.
If I'm the Haymakers and I'm Isaac Sherrill, I'm going. You need that aggressive base running. You need to get runs on. There's no outs. Now you've got a guy on second. I mean, I feel like you need to just start being a little bit more aggressive on the base pass.
And that one's grounded to second. He'll get it to first, and Sherrill will bring in a run for the Haymakers, giving them an early 1-0 lead here at the top of the second. Did exactly what you would have recommended to him there, Ethan.
Right, put the ball out and play. You get a run on. Now you've got another runner on third with 1 out, a fly ball, a ground ball. You got 2 different ways, or I guess more than 2 different ways to score a run here. So I guess take what you can get.
So the Haymakers now have Villanueva on third. And batting now for them is Blake Peabody, who is the first baseman on defense. And the count is now 1-1 with 1 out at the top of the second for Peabody. And that'll be another ball. So now a 2-1 count. So he hopes to bring in Villanueva. That one's popped up into right field, and it'll just go foul. So Villanueva, who is hoping to bring it home, get another early run for the Haymakers, maybe make 2 runs this inning, retreats back to third, and it's now a even 2-2 count for Blake Peabody.
Blake Peabody almost got that one to just drop in there. That would have been a clutch 1-out hit right there. Just not able to get it in.
A low pitch, and he'll take a swing at it, and it'll go foul behind him. So we'll do it again, another 2-2 count for Blake Peabody. The pitch is up, and it is high. So now we've got ourselves a full count for Blake Peabody. Still 1 out in the top of the second. And that one's hit to second, caught. Villanueva will return to third. And that is not exactly what Peabody wanted. Really hoped to maybe get that a little bit deeper so that Villanueva could for sure run home. But instead, that's a free out for the Rail Riders.
And T.J. Swinney was moseying off the mound. He was doing his little walk off the mound. He thought he was out of the inning. He thought there was 3 outs. No, you still got 1 more out.
So Swaney pitches that one, and now batting for the Haymakers is Braden Schmeckpepper. What a name.
That's an all-time name right there in the Corn Belt League. Braden Schmeckpepper. Schmeckpepper. Jeez Louise. That's an all-time name. That's my favorite name in the Corn Belt League this season for sure.
I definitely agree. That's we've had some fun ones, but I'm not disappointed with my first game watching the Haymakers. Schmeckpepper is a fantastic name.
Yeah, that's a quality name. 100%.
So it's a 2-1 count now for Schmeckpepper with 2 outs in the inning. Hoping to piece something together so he could bring home Villanueva on third. He watches that pitch. And that'll be another ball. So he's a 3-1 count for himself. Showing a pretty good eye at the plate today. If you're Schmeckpepper, you really wanna dial in here. You got 2 outs, and Schmeckpepper takes a swing at that. So now with the full count, I mean, the last thing you want to do is get struck out or, ground out so that you can't bring home the man in scoring position, because a 2-run lead against early in the game against a team like the Rail Riders is vital. So another full count for Schmeckpepper. TJ Sweeney takes a long loop around back to the mound to get ready for an important pitch. As such, the pitch is up, and he's struck out. Only 1 run on the inning for the Haymakers. TJ Sweeney holds off the Haymakers from getting a possible 2-run inning on themselves. We will go to the bottom of the second, where we will see the Rail Riders be at bat. Please stay tuned. We are the Corn Belt League Network. Thank you for returning with us here at the Corn Belt League Network. Now in the bottom of the second inning, we'll see the Rail Riders hope to retaliate against the 1 run that the Haymakers just created in the last top of the second. So now batting for the Rail Riders is Chris Bollifer. And that pitch is near his face. He ducks that one. Looking like he's from the Matrix.
You do not want to get hit by one of those. I mean, you do if you want to get on base and try to come back and tie this game up here. But if you're watching out for your health and everything, I don't think you want to get hit.
Especially not in the face. A fastball to the face.
Anywhere the shoulders above.
Yeah.
I don't think you wanna get hit. Wildly swings at that one.
So Bollifer, takes another swing at that one. So the count now evens out to 1-1. One ball, 1 strike.
He wanted everything of that pitch right there.
Took a big hack at it. And that'll be another strike. A little bit wide, but still in the box as the ump. So it's now 1-2 count.
Yeah, ump always has a better view than us up here. So.
Right, we're kind of at an angle, so we may not always have the best perspective, point of view.
And, of course, it's on the opposite side, too. Oh.
Exactly. That one's fouled high and behind us near the parking lot. Heard a thunk. Not sure what it was. Hopefully not a car. I don't think it was a car.
I hope it's not your car.
I parked pretty far today. I had a feeling some deep foul balls were going to wreak havoc in the parking lot today.
We've had a lot of foul balls today. It has been a wild day. Ooh.
It's grounded to the shortstop. Swings it to first. And he beats him. Doesn't have enough speed to get to first for a hit there. So that'll be a quick out for the Haymakers to start this inning off.
Yeah, a routine ground out right there. You practice that every day. You don't want to mess one of those easy outs up.
And I forgot to mention earlier, now joining me color commentating is Maddox Allen. Our beloved Ethan McCormick was starting to feel the wisdom teeth devil hit him.
It's getting to him.
He's taking a little break right now. Switch with Maddox.
Yep.
He's now doing tech for our stream. That ball's grounded to first, flips it to the pitcher, and that'll be a quick ground out for Carson Chaprez. So now a quick 2 outs for the Haymakers. They're rolling right now in this game. A quick inning in the first, a run in the second, and now they're showing great defense here in the bottom of the second.
Yeah, and Rail Riders down with 2 outs now. See if they can tie this up again in the bottom of the second, come back and tie it up 1-1.
So now batting for the Rail Riders is the southpaw Joshua Carlos, who is the second baseman on defense. So that ball's a strike. First ball's a strike, so we'll have 1 strike, no balls, 2 outs here at the bottom of the second. Takes a big hack at that one. No contact. It'll be a quick another strike for an 0-2 count.
Yeah, Anderson's been getting these batters swinging. He's had them getting foul balls or even just swinging and missing. He's had them. He's getting the strikes.
He's had a great feel for his pitches tonight.
Yeah.
So another pitch will be up, and he'll take another big hack at that one. That'll be another easy strikeout for Logan Anderson, who is showing a lot of control in these first 2 innings. We will return shortly in this 1-0 match of the Haymakers versus the Rail Riders. Please return. Thank you for tuning back in here to the Corn Belt League Network. For myself, Jackson Ingvoldstad, and beside me is Maddox Allen. We return to the top of the third. Now batting for the Haymakers is number 19, Josh Moore, who's playing left field today on defense.
See if Haymakers can up this score a little bit in top of the third.
So the left-handed left fielder watches that ball go above his strike zone for a first pitch, first ball. And that pitch is outside, so now it'll be a 2-0 count for Moore.
Yeah, more going up in this count, and there you go, 3-0. He's
getting a good eye at his first at bat in the batter's box, so it'll be a 3-0 count to start himself off. And that pitch is down in the dirt, so that'll be a 4-0 count walk for Josh Moore to start the Haymakers, who have been, they look like a well-oiled machine so far. I mean, only 1 run, but their defense has been great. They had some good hit, well, not hits actually, but some good walks and some good runs in the last inning.
Yeah, just like that one right there. 4 pitches. You don't gotta worry about strikes or foul balls. They're just 4 pitches. Get in and get out.
All right, now with the very bright pink bat.
I was just gonna mention that. Can we talk about this?
That is a beautiful bat.
This pink bat right here. Is this like a good luck charm right here or something? I don't know.
Perhaps it's Jake Eltis, and That's picked off to first, a pickoff attempt, but he'll be safe. But yeah, I think if I were ever a baseball player, I would pick a bright pink bat.
You'd pick bright pink.
It's
okay.
It's pretty memorable.
You don't see a lot with wood though. You see it a lot with like metal, where you can change the colors easier and everything. And there's a big swing. You can see more in metal, but at wood, it's a little rare to see some hot pink bats. But I love it. I say keep it.
So Jake Eltiste has watched 2 strikes go by him, and he fouls that one very high.
That's the
and
parking
back
lot.
on the right to the parking lot. And our PA will tell us to return the foul balls back to the box for a free piece of bubble gum.
Yeah. Just imagine how many pieces of bubble gum we would get if we had an open roof up here.
We would get a lot.
Yeah.
A lot of roofs are hit. And another foul ball is fouled.
Hit the
to
tree.
The parking lot.
That is in the
hitting
tree.
a tree and rolling right towards an Audi. So it'll be another 0-2 count for Eltiste.
He's making this bat last. He does not want to give up. That is for sure.
Yeah, he's making sure he's getting contact on these last 2 swings. Pitches up. He bunts it very, very softly to the catcher, who gets it to first base in time. A very valiant effort from Eltiste, though.
Yeah.
Close call. And that'll be an out for the Rail Riders. But Moore will shift to second. So now a runner on second, and now batting will be Mitchell Clay.
Yeah, a good sacrifice right there to get him over and get a runner in scoring position now.
So now we're at the top of the order once again. Center fielder Mitchell Clay, who grounded out in his first appearance at bat. He will watch a strike go by him. So with 1 out in the top of the 3rd, it'll be a 0-1 count for Clay.
Yeah, and Clay with 13 at bats with 1 RBI. So let's see if he can up that to 2 RBIs right here and get more home.
Yeah, with a runner in scoring position, that ball's fumbled behind the plate. But no movement from our runner, Josh Moore, at second. So it'll be a 1-1 count with 1 out in the top of the 3rd.
It's probably a better idea not to run right there. The ball not going super far from the catcher, and you never know what could happen at third base.
Right, you got to be aware of your own reaction time if you're a runner, if you're going to steal or not. Takes a big hack at that one. No contact, so it'll be another strike. 1-2 count for Clay.
See if Clay can hold on right here and get a few more balls or even a hit.
So TJ Sweeney pitches up, and that is grounded to the third
right
baseman,
through.
Goes right past him. Josh Moore will advance to third, and that'll be a base hit for Mitchell Clay.
Yep.
And that will actually be, even though we have a run today, that'll be the first base hit of the day for either team. So now with runners on the corners, Hayden Crawford, the third baseman, will be taking the at-bat for the Haymakers. Pitches up, takes a swing at that, and it's a miss. So 0-1 count to start off Crawford.
Yeah, runners at the corners. It's if you even just get a hit, you can bring in more and tie this game right here and hopefully get 1 or even 2 runners in scoring position here.
So he'll run to second. The man on first, that ball is popped up into center right field where he'll put a squeeze on it. We've got a runner home, and that'll be another run for the Haymakers. It's Josh Moore who's able to haul in that run for the Haymakers, who now take a 2-0 lead off the Rail Riders.
Drew Miller up to bat, 23 at bats with 4 RBIs. We'll see what he can do here.
So a pickoff attempt to first. Can't put a squeeze on that at first, and he will run to second base. And he'll put himself in scoring position, Mitchell Clay.
Yeah, good awareness by Clay to realize that the ball passed him and got out of the first baseman's hands, and good awareness to get over to second in time, too.
So the DH, Drew Miller, checks his swing there, and still a strike. So it'll be an 0-1 count with 2 outs in the top of the third for the Haymakers. Ethan McCormick on my right is ranting about his lasagna, which faced a casualty earlier tonight. He dropped his lasagna, spilled all over the floor.
It's Pastagate. It is Pastagate.
Pastagate, he likes to call it.
Yep. He's
But you know, if pasta hits the fan, it hits the fan. So we must continue with our night of baseball, even with the loss of Ethan's lasagna. The count is now 1-2 with 2 outs in the top of the third.
Miller down in the count right now. See if he can pull this back up with 2 outs.
Checks his swing, and he'll steal the third base.
It's a good pitch right there. Get a ball and move a runner up just 90 feet away from home now.
And that's a necessary steal you need right there. I
Yeah.
mean, you're down. You got 2 outs. I mean, you pretty much got nothing to lose by stealing that base with an even count of 2-2 for Miller. So he'll take a swing at that one, and it'll foul short to left. So we'll do it again. We'll do it once more.
Good for Miller to keep this at bat alive and see if you can get the runner at third home, if anything.
And that's why he's the DH.
Yep.
And he'll watch that go by him, and that'll be a strikeout backwards K as he takes no swing at that. So we'll go to the bottom of the third inning. Haymakers take a 2-0 lead to the Rail Riders, who once again hoped to retaliate to this deficit that they found themselves in. Please return to the Corn Belt League Network soon. Thank you for tuning back in to this nighttime game.
Yeah, and a good crowd on hand for a Sunday night. Beautiful weather we've had all day long. Not much wind. We had a bunch of rain yesterday. Didn't come today. Great baseball all day long. 3 games, triple header. We only streamed 2. We had one earlier and the Crop Dusters doubleheader. But it's been a great day so far. A lot of good people out here.
And that ball is grounded to second. Can't put a squeeze on it. And he will gladly sit at first base. Yeah, with the CWS coming to a close here in Omaha, we can return to the more important baseball, the Corn Belt League.
Yeah, I know it's always a fun time. CWS, you gotta love it. Baseball all week long. Great teams, great atmosphere.
Right.
Just a great time in Omaha. If you miss it, you gotta come sometime.
Right, the Corn Belt League, so important in the state of Nebraska.
Yeah.
You know, I think a lot of the fans figured, you know what, CWS, we'll let them have a little bit of crowd. You know, they're only here for a little bit.
That one
so.
week that they're here, and then this is all summer long.
Mhm,
You get the whole
right.
summer, June, July, can come. It's a great time. The food is great.
Right, people talking about Florida and LSU. No, we want the Haymakers and the Rail Riders.
Yeah,
That's the more
college
important.
teams. What is that? We want these teams.
Right.
We want these with the Nebraska Summer League teams out here.
So it's now an 0-2 count for the Rail Riders here. Man on first takes a swing at that one. Blooped over into center right field, and he will take a base hit on that one.
Huge throw from right field over to third base. It's a
would-
good awareness to realize that Slager could have gone over to third, and he elected to not, which is probably better because that big shot coming from right field could have easily gotten him out.
So now taking the at-bat for the Rail Riders is Troy Flowers, who with 0 outs has a man on first and second. He could do a lot here with a lot of wiggle room. No outs so far in the bottom of the third.
Yeah, you got 1 in scoring position, 1 in first base hit. You get 2 in scoring position, even score. Slager, you know, you're right there. You got lots of room to work with, and even a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
You can move people up.
So we'll reset here for Logan Anderson, who's had a lot of control tonight. No base hits so far for the Rail Riders. Well, I don't know if that's right on the score. Anyways, that ball's popped just over the dugout and over the fence near the Rail Riders bullpen.
Yeah, Rail Riders have 1 hit on the night, but still, how you're talking about command, 0 runs, and your team is up 2. You know, it's a good base to have.
Right.
Haymakers also with 1 hit, but they also have 1 error.
Anderson eyes down second, pitches up, and that's grounded to the shortstop. Hits it to the second baseman for an out, swings it to first base, and that'll be a very, very well-oiled machine at play right there for a double play for the Haymakers.
Yeah, good awareness by everybody. You know, you move Slager up to third, but good by the Haymakers to get 2 outs, and then you have Anderson try to get a strikeout here or even a pop fly, anything to get out of this inning and go see if you can get some more runs on the board.
So with Slager in scoring position at third, taking the at-bat for the Rail Riders, hoping to bring him home, is Peyton Blinn. He checks a swing there, but it's still a strike, so it'll be an 0-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the third for Blinn.
Yeah. Peyton Blinn was 2 RBIs. Sorry, 2 RBIs on the year. See if he can try to do something, but with 2 outs, we're just saying you got a lot of wiggle room. Now you got not that much. You gotta know what you got and see what you can work with.
I mean, Blinn watches the ball go right by him, so it's now a 1-1 count. And that one's high and outside for another ball, so he'll take a lead 2-1 count against Anderson.
Yeah, Anderson falling behind right now, 2-1, but he's got 2 outs, and see if he can close it out here.
And that ball will be outside the strike zone once more, and that's now a 3-1 count for Blinn. Who could take a walk here, but that's not what he wants. He wants an RBI for sure. And he'll take a walk, I'm sure, but
yeah,
with 2 outs in the inning, you need an RBI right now. And he'll take a swing at that.
Full count here, yeah.
So full count for Blinn.
This is where you really got to know 2 outs, full count. Watch where you go, because you gotta find that right pitch, and especially with a full count, you don't have those chances to find that pitch.
He takes a swing at that one. It's fouled up and over into the back fence. So we'll do another full count. 2 outs. Clint's hoping to get on base or bring in an RBI.
Yeah.
Get a pop out in the first inning in his first at bat. So he doesn't hope to repeat history here. The pitch is up, and he takes a swing at that. It's grounded to second, slings it to first, and he will be out, and that will close out the 3rd inning for both teams. We'll switch sides here. The Haymakers still have a 2-0 lead to the Rail Riders, who have been scoreless so far in tonight's game. We will return shortly. Please don't go anywhere. We are the Corn Belt League. Thank you for returning here at the Corn Belt League Network. We will now start off in the top of the 4th inning, where the Haymakers will hope to continue to keep their run streak. He'll ground that ball up and over the pitcher to the shortstop, who slings it to first, and he gets him in time. Great play by the shortstop there with the unpredictable bouncing of that ball grounded. And that's a quick out for the Rail Riders.
Yeah, Peyton Blinn over at shortstop just slings it over to Flowers at first to get Sherrill out.
So now batting for the Haymakers is Alec Villanueva, who was walked in his last appearance in the 2nd.
See if he can repeat history now.
Exactly. And that first pitch is a strike, so it's an 0-1 count for Villanueva.
You know, sometimes you don't want history to happen again, and sometimes like this, you want all the world in the history to happen.
Exactly. So it's now a 1-1 count with 1 out in the top of the 4th here. Fairly quickly moving game so far. We've seen a lot of quick round outs and strikeouts. Yep, knock on wood, but still some great baseball, even though it's moving quickly.
Yeah, beautiful night, beautiful crowd, beautiful crew working the stream tonight. We got the one and only Taylor Lewis on camera right here. We got Mr. Jackson calling the game, you know.
Thank you.
Ethan McCormick, our lovely director, doing tech over here.
Even though we don't have a full broadcast tonight, still a great team that we've got pieced together right now.
It's always a fun time at the Corn Belt League, and takes a strikeout there.
Yeah, Villanueva struck out. Sorry, grammar. My mom would have my neck for that one. Mother, I am sorry.
Ben Kirkland up to bat now, 17 at bats on the year. Takes a shot.
That ball's shot into right field for an easy base hit there. It's Kirkland. Kirkland brought in He was out in his first appearance, but it still was an RBI. Brought home Sherrill, sorry.
Sherrill? I don't know.
Those are my enunciation notes that I got mixed up there. But yes, Sherrill, Isaac Sherrill was the one who was brought home. So he'll now stay safe and sound at first base. And now batting will be Blake Peabody. And we've got a runner from first to second, and that ball's coughed up at second base, and he'll be safe for a stolen base right there.
Yeah, good awareness and good job not running after that ball was lost. Just because it stayed so close, you know. But hoping Peabody now at the runner in scoring position can do another RBI or something to try to get Kirkland home and make this a 3-0 game.
And that ball's fouled back behind Peabody and into the fencing. So it's now an early 0-2 count with 2 outs in the top of this 4th inning. And we'll reset here. Peabody takes a practice swing and retakes the batter box.
Peabody wants to make sure he's got the right swing to get Kirkland home.
The pitch is up and it's fouled back behind him once again. He's making sure if he's swinging, he's getting contact, and that he did, so he'll do it again.
Yeah.
Another 0-2 count.
Yeah, keeping this at bat going as long as he can, and with no balls coming in, he's keeping this 0-2 count alive.
So Sweeney eyes down second once more. Takes a swing at that, and that'll hit the shortstop, and he hits that to first base for an out, and that'll close out the top of this 4th inning. So we'll switch sides here once more, as we'll now see the Haymakers on defense and the Rail Riders taking the at-bat. We'll return shortly, and please stay tuned. We are the Corn Belt League Network. Thank you for tuning back in. Our first canine shot of the evening. We've had a little bit of a drought of dogs in our lovely Corn Belt crowd, but we've got ourselves a black Labrador Retriever here. It's quite a beautiful canine right there.
Yeah, dogs, just as humans love baseball, dogs love baseball too. You know, everyone, this is a sport for everybody, especially Corn Belt League. Everyone's welcome here, and everyone loves baseball.
Yeah, I'm surprised that dog's here at this game because the Royal Blue Dogs aren't playing tonight. It's the Rail Riders and the Haymakers.
That's a good point, you know. Maybe he lives on a farm. Haymakers?
Yeah.
You never know. He could just love hay, too.
Perhaps. And that pitch is close to the batter's face there for the Rail Riders. Now batting is number 2, Steve Matchin for the Rail Riders. He grounded out in his first appearance in the first inning. So it's now a 2-0 count as that ball goes back behind the plate.
Yeah, and hopefully bottom of the 4th with when you're down 2-0, Rail Riders can put some points on the board and get going in this game and There you go.
And good contact is made deep into the left field, but left fielder will put the squeeze on that one. So it'll be a quick out once more for the Haymakers. I feel like every inning we've had so far with the Haymakers in defense, they've been able to get a fairly quick out, one or two pitches in.
Yeah.
Where it's a ground out or, fly out like that one.
And it starts with Anderson's pitching, his command. He's had command all over this box this whole game, and then that command moves on to his infield, and then his outfield takes a ball there.
So it's now a 1-0 count for Maximiliano Torres. And that ball's very inside. Good reflexes on not getting hit by that pitch.
It's another something with Anderson. He's thrown a few of those inside pitches, more than we usually see. We've seen batters move out of the way backwards more than we normally do.
And that pitch is down and in the dirt, so it'll be a really 3-0 count for Mr. Torres, who's had so far a pretty good eye on these balls.
Yeah.
Let them all go by him. They've all been balls out of the strike zone, so it'll be 3-0 count.
Yeah, he's up in the count. That's what you want as a batter, and it's not what you want right there.
Right, no surprise, no swing at that one, but it'll be a strike for Torres. So it's now a 3-1 count with 1 out in the inning for the Rail Riders.
And if you're Torres here, you're kind of looking for that green light. You got 1 out. That's coming.
That ball's fouled
over the press box.
Right over the press box, and it is now a full count. Yep. Hopefully a lot of people are getting free pieces of bubble gum. We've had a lot of foul balls so far tonight.
Who doesn't love bubble gum? That's
Me.
my thing.
I do not love bubble gum.
Oh, okay.
Big swing at that one.
I guess never mind. I shouldn't have said that.
It skims the ball. I've never been a huge fan of bubble gum. I like just normal.
I was gonna say I have to ask. Do you like normal gum?
Extra chewing gum. I used to. Until a couple of months ago, I hated all kinds of gum. I'm a big texture sensitive person, so I hated all kinds of gum. But I've now come to my senses, and I like just a stick of peppermint gum or something.
Okay.
I don't like bubble gum. I don't like the consistency. And so Torres will be struck out there. Takes a swing at that one. He had an early 3-0 count, but couldn't get the job finished. Yeah, I just Ethan McCormick, our tech producer here, is not happy with me on those comments.
Yeah.
But
well, does Chris Bullifer like bubblegum? Do we know?
If he does, he'll produce a lot of foul balls, and hopefully he'll give the community what they want.
Give some kids, yeah. It's another great thing about the Corn Belt League. Have some fun out here. Foul ball, you get a piece of bubble gum. What kid doesn't love that?
Well, never mind. He flies that one into right field, and he'll put the squeeze on that one, and that'll be a quick end to the bottom of the 4th inning for the Rail Riders. 3 and out, no hits on that inning. So we'll switch sides here, and we will go to the top of the 5th inning in a quick fashion. Please don't go anywhere. We are the Corn Belt League Network. Thank you for tuning back into the Corn Belt League Network. Here's another good look of our pretty decent turnout tonight here at J.J. Isaacson Field in Seymour Smith Park. We return to the top of the 5th inning where Braden Schmeckpepper will take the at-bat.
Schmeckpepper coming into this with 7 at-bats on the year and takes a first pitch ball right there.
Already struck out in the 2nd inning. He takes another swing at that one. Really wishes he made contact with it.
Yeah.
Pretends to lightly smash the bat in half on his knee, but the count is 1-1. Schmeckpepper definitely has the best name in the Corn Belt League.
Oh, no
this year.
doubt. Yeah.
And it's not really a question. I mean, we've had a couple good ones, but nothing on the same level as Schmeckpepper. Schmeck would be a good last name. Pepper would be a good last name. How about Schmeckpepper? Both of them combined.
Together, is that like a great name?
Mm-hmm.
That's a
10 out of 10 name.
I'll give it an 11 out of 10, man.
Oh, wow.
That is wonderful.
Got a little competition right here.
Yeah, I mean, Braden's a fine first name. It's okay, but Schmeckpepper makes up for it.
It controls the whole name.
Yep, Schmeckpepper fouls that one short to the right. To the left to the third baseman coach. He's ready to make the play. It's now a full count for Schmeckpepper.
And Swaney up in this count right now. See if he can get this out right here and put it away.
Swaney's only allowed 2 runs so far, but with the Rail Riders not having any themselves, it hasn't done them too well. They're down 0-2 right now. So now taking the batter's box for the Haymakers is Josh Moore, who walked and stole a base earlier, and I believe brought in a run too for the Haymakers. So the southpaw looks at it and watches that one go by him for a strike. So with 1 out in the top of the 5th, it's an 0-1 count for Moore.
Yeah, see if Moore can do something here with 1 out and 1 strike and another far inside pitch where the batter has to move away.
So now with an even 1-1 count, Moore will look at this one again. Takes a high swing at that one. And that ball flies up into right field where he'll put the squeeze on that. Lots of speed there from the right field and for the Rail Riders there, as it's just over the first base, but kind of short right field. So great movement right there by the Rail Riders.
Yeah, and Slager losing his hat on that run, and that shows your effort right there. And to get the out too, it pays off.
All right, people say running out of your socks, but how about running out of your hat?
If you were watching our live stream where last week, the pitcher, every time he pitched, his hat fell off.
All right, for the
Kind of like
Bombers.
that. You pitch so hard, your hat falls off. There you go.
That ball's blooped into center field. And it's now, that was a base hit for the Haymakers there. So now we'll go back to the top of the order. Mitchell Clay will take the batter's box. We got another southpaw. We've had a fair amount of southpaws right here at the end of the order, top of the order for the Haymakers here. That ball is fouled up near
Right back.
near the press box, just behind the bleachers here.
Oh, I see.
Yep.
Kids run into it already.
Yep.
They want that bubble gum.
Yep, little league baseball player there with his jerseys ready to get a free piece of bubble gum. So it's now a 0-1 count with 2 outs for the Rail Riders. That one's grounded to the shortstop, slings it to first, and he makes it in time for the out, and that'll close out the top of the 5th inning. Haymakers versus the Rail Riders game, moving in quick fashion, and the Haymakers still hold on to their 2-0 lead to the Rail Riders. Please return shortly. We will be back soon. This is the Corn Belt League Network. thank you for joining us once again here at the Corn Belt League Network. We're now at the bottom of the 5th inning. This game is starting to wrap up slowly here at the bottom of the 5th. We'll end at 7 unless we got ourselves extra innings. So Logan Anderson is still pitching for the Haymakers, and he's had a pretty good night for himself so far. No runs, only 1 base hit on the evening. And that first ball for himself is a strike. First ball strike is something you always want to have as a pitcher, right?
Yeah, you always want to get up early and try to. It's like we've said all night. Anderson's command that he's got and that awareness, and now we're tied 1-1 here, but still to get up early and everything, and Chiprez taking that ball.
And Chiprez is batting for the Rail Riders here. 1 ball, 1 strike. He grounded out in the second in his first appearance in the batter's box, and he now has a 2-1 ball count in his favor. That ball's fouled deep in over the fencing, over the dugouts here to the Rail Riders bullpen.
See some little kids running already.
Exactly, that kid's got his catcher's mitt ready to catch any foul balls anyways. So it's now a 2-2 count, evened out for Chiprez here. And that ball's inside, so it'll now be a full count.
If you can get on base here with no outs, and you can do some damage here.
Right, the Rail Riders haven't had a whole lot of movement on the bases, not many opportunities in which they can score. So they're really going to want to start acting quickly if they want a chance at winning this game against the well-rounded Haymakers, who've been playing who's had a pretty good showcase tonight.
Yeah, you're down 2-0 with only 1 hit, and Haymakers up 2-0 with 3 hits. And you just want to keep getting those hits up and getting people on base, and then you move them in, and then next thing you know, we're tied 2-0, or even Rail Riders are up.
Right, and the Rail Riders got what they wanted there. Chiprez will walk to first as he watches that ball go by him on the full count pitch. So now is the southpaw Joshua Carlos. He's the second baseman for the Rail Riders on defense. That pitch is fouled and stuck right into the fence stuck right into the fence, which we haven't had 2. We had 1 early in the season. We in the press box, we always love a good ball stuck in the fence. That's a real story that we're always hoping to see. So you viewers will get a great view of that ball stuck in the fence, unless someone gets it out or not. We've got a great look at that ball there.
I don't know, do we?
It's an 0-2 count for Carlos here.
You never know what'll happen at the Corn Belt League. It's something new every day like this, and that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it a great place to be.
I'm a tennis player, and it's not uncommon for a tennis ball to get stuck in the fence because tennis ball, you can squeeze it soft. It kind of
Yep.
It kind of can squeeze itself in that little fence slot. But a baseball, it's got to have some exit velocity on that thing to get stuck in a fence like that.
And that thing did straight back. I mean, that was a line drive, and there you go, another foul ball in the bullpen for the Haymakers. Thankfully, no one warming up yet, but yeah, some of the rare stuff you see here. It's all fun.
I just love watching a game of baseball where right in my field of view is just an actual baseball just sitting there at the fence.
Just sitting there, and yeah. What else? What else would you want? Yeah, it's a great view.
So we'll be struck out there. Another strikeout for Anderson.
Slager up to bat now, and hoping that he can either put a sacrifice and and move chippers up.
And that ball's hit into center right field, and it'll be chased down by the right fieldsman. Runner moving from second to third, and he will run home to the plate, and he will be tagged in time. No run for the Rail Riders. A little questionable call for the third baseman coach to have him to signal him to move home. Is the catcher. He caught him in plenty of time. There was no doubt about that one.
Yeah.
If he were safe or not. He didn't even make it to the plate, I don't think. It's
No,
quite obvious.
He got him a good 2 or 3 feet away from the plate, and maybe the coach saw something that we didn't. He didn't realize the ball was coming that fast, or that the ball was even going to head towards home. And
some heat was put on that ball to get him in time.
Yeah.
It will still be a double, but, an out for the Rail Riders there.
Yeah, because center fielder Clay kind of juggled with the ball and let it loose for a few seconds, and so that's what got Slager to second. But you never know in mound meeting here. Try to reset Anderson for a second and try to finish out with 2 outs here.
Anderson did give up his second base hit of the night, but the end result of that one, I think he'll gladly take that hit for an easy out there, even though it was a double.
Yeah, even though you guys runner in scoring position, you still get 2 outs, and then you come up here with the kind of command that Anderson has had, and try to finish this out.
So it's another first pitch strike for Anderson. So it's an 0-1 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning here. Anderson takes his time on the mound. There's a little signal on the cap to his catcher, who's man behind the plate.
Schmeck Pepper behind the plate.
Exactly. That ball's fouled hard into the press box and back into our crowd.
Watch out on these bleachers down here. A little kid got it, so give that kid a piece of bubble gum. But
yeah, that landed right next to a man in the front row in the bleachers. Everyone's okay. It didn't hit anybody, but there was a loud knock. A loud knock on the press box here.
I think we all up here thought it was going above the roof here, and then next thing you know, hits the press box, and now down 0-2 in the count with 2 outs.
So Anderson will reset on the mound here. With an 0-2 count with 2 outs.
He should make sure he gets this pitch right, and hopefully he can close out the bottom of the 5th right here.
So with 2 strikes and 2 outs, Anderson eyes down second. The pitch is up, and it's inside for a ball. It'll be a 1-2 count.
Kind of had to turn his shoulder a little bit, get out of the way, but nevertheless, 1-2 count.
Anderson's taking his sweet time in this innings.
Yeah, he's had a slow wind up this 5th inning, and you gotta guess. I mean, is he tired? Is he injured, or does he just want to take his time and try to get it right? 2 balls in a row right here. You never know. Another meeting of the minds.
He should be thankful he's not in the MLB. There's no pitch clock for him.
Yeah, he'd be going over that.
Most
hey,
definitely.
You never know. You could show up tomorrow and there's a pitch clock. Yeah. I hope not. I mean,
we've had some rule changes in the Corn Belt League here. No extra innings past 9. So we've had some draws this season. So there's always room for changes here.
Yeah. I mean,
and that ball
right back almost hits our cameraman Taylor Lewis down there, being a veteran down there. Yep. We should get him a glove out there. That's what we need to do, send our cameraman out with a glove.
Golden glove for Taylor Lewis.
But back to your point about 9-inning rule is opening day. 3rd game of the day, a tie that it was a long day, long game. I think we're all tired after that. But
yeah, it was the Bombers and the Red Raiders who had the first draw of the season here.
yeah, but a good showing of that. This is why the directors and Corn Belt League put this rule in, is because then we would have been there for a long time if they didn't have that rule, and we could have gone 10, 11, 12 innings. But
We had a game last year go 15, I believe.
yeah, I was working that game, and that was back when, if you were here last year, you remember Jaden Taylor. He was here, and that was our graphics were a little off that game. We could that was a wild game, let's just say.
That ball is struck into center left field. And that'll be a base hit, and we've got a runner coming home. And that'll bring home the first run for the Rail Riders, who narrow the lead from 2-1 in the favor of the Haymakers.
Yeah, Slager coming all the way from second on a single, and just getting that first run on the board. Now you're only down one. But that was a tricky play with a 2-2 count with 2 outs. You never know if your coach is going to give you the green light so you go or not, and that was a good green light to give him and get that RBI, and now hopefully we can
that ball's lined into left field, and he will put the squeeze on that one, and that'll wrap up the bottom of the 5th inning for the Rail Riders. They did what they wanted to, got a run, narrowed the lead. They're still hoping to get more by the end of this game. And we will return shortly. We just saw the ball that was stuck in the fence get knocked out, thrown by a player for the Haymakers. So, interesting story of the night, ended right there. But we will return shortly. Please don't go anywhere in this tight game. We are the Corn Belt. Thank you for tuning back in to the Corn Belt League Network. It's now the top of the 6th inning here at J.J. Isaacson Field in Seymour Smith Park, where the Haymakers, who have a 2-1 lead to the Rail Riders, will start their at-bat. Batting first for the Haymakers is number 37, Hayden Crawford, who is the third baseman.
Yeah, see if they can do some action in this 6th, and I guess, a good first out by the Rail Riders, showing some revenge of early outs as the Haymakers have been doing all night long, and Rail Riders kind of showing, hey, we're still here. We can do some action. They scored 1 run bottom of the 5th to make it 2-1, and they're saying, hey, look, we're still in this game. We're still here to fight, and we aren't giving up here.
Right, it's now a tight game, 2-1. 1-run difference amongst the two teams. Sweeney is still pitching for the Rail Riders. No pitching changes for either team. Still got Logan Anderson and TJ Sweeney pitching for both teams.
There is someone getting loose in the Rail Riders bullpen. We don't have a number yet, but we'll get you that when we have one. Drew Miller up to bat now, and hoping that he can make this last. And another foul ball right off. Looked like up higher in the bat. Oh.
Wow. And an absolute competition to get that foul ball. A Haymaker almost lays a haymaker on the Rail Rider, hurdles him. That was the most athletic play I think we have seen tonight here.
Yeah, the slide and then the leap over.
Almost looked like it was like a coordinated like
Fight scene or something.
yeah, exactly.
Like,
Something you'd see in like a
I don't even know.
Bruce Lee movie
yeah,
or something.
James Bond or something.
Right, a coordinated
Something.
action film.
Tonight's been fun.
Yeah.
Foul ball stuck in the fence, and you got players fighting over foul balls, and you got everything. You got canines out here.
Exactly.
You
Only
got
one tonight.
little kids playing baseball.
Right, Drew Miller grounds out there. But yeah, it's been a lot of good action tonight.
Yeah, good action all day too.
Right.
With 3 games and our first game earlier with it was a good game overall.
So there's now 2 quick outs in the inning for the Rail Riders here. Next batting is Isaac Sherrill, who has walked and has grounded out today. He also brought home the first run for the Haymakers.
Top of the second, get some runs in early, and now with the count 1-1.
And that pitch is inside, so it'll be a first ball for Swaney facing off Sherrill.
Yeah, Sherrill, you just got to watch out for that 2 outs right here and another strike, and you just got to realize that if you get the green light, you got to make it worth it, because if you pop fly or ground out, you got 2 outs and there's not much you can do. Two now the count, 2 outs, and 3 hits for each team on the night so far.
3 hits for each team, 1 error for each team as well. Haymakers still have a 2-1 lead to the Rail Riders, who brought it around last inning. And that pitch is low again, so it's now a full count. And Swaney will take a long loop around the mound. He likes to do that. You know, some pitchers have like their little, what do you call, they're superstitious, so they have their little rituals they'll do if they take the mound. And I got some friends at my old high school who give me their breakdown, you know, scratch their arm, adjust their hat a number of times. And that ball's popped up into right field-ish, and the second baseman, Carlos, for the Rail Riders, will put the squeeze on that one. We got three Rail Riders looking to collect that one in, but they get the job done, and that ends the top of the 6th inning for the Haymakers. If they have not scored since the top of the 3rd, next we'll see the Rail Riders hope to narrow down the lead, make it a tie game, or maybe even take a lead themselves. But we will see you shortly in the bottom of the 6th. Please don't go anywhere. We're the Corn Belt League Network.
Welcome back to the Corn Belt League. A little update for you. Tomorrow, July 3rd, the Corn Belt League will be taking on the Military War Dogs here at 7 o'clock. Free admission, Cornfest, and baseball game. What else could be better? And little note, we are streaming a 3 o'clock game tomorrow right before that game. Just some normal Corn Belt teams, but still going to be a fun day for everyone, free admission. And Military War Dogs should be a fun game, a little different. It's a group of military guys who go around to different summer leagues and a strike there, and they play against different summer leagues, and they get to come out here this summer, and it's going to be a great day tomorrow. Great start to 4th of July. 3 days, and just have some fun out here. Get some baseball, get some food, some different teams, and another foul ball that gets stuck in the fence.
Are we kidding?
No. It's
What a day
what a
at the
day
Corn
this
Belt
has
League.
been.
We've seen homers, we've seen dogs, and tonight we have seen 2 foul balls
Foul
get
balls.
stuck in the fence.
We've-
Holy cow.
We've seen guys leaping over each other. We've seen everything.
Wow, I thought our fun today ended when they took that ball out of the fence, but you know what?
It never ends.
It never ends. The baseball gods were like, let's bring these Corn Belt. We've got a good turnout at the Corn Belt League today. Let's bring them some more fun. Let's get another ball stuck in the
Yeah.
fence.
It'll be bottom of the 7th, 2 outs, full count, and we'll still be having fun out here.
Exactly. Yeah, that game tomorrow with the War Dogs, it'll be a great way to, it's the 4th of July festivities. It's not just on the 4th of July. We'll take another look at that amazing ball that's stuck right in the fence. It's not just on the 4th of July. It's really the 4th of July week. You're lighting off fireworks all week. You're watching baseball. You're not just doing stuff on the 4th of July. It's the whole week. So, the 3rd also feels like the 4th. The 2nd also feels like the 4th.
The 5th, a little bit. Everyone's tired. Everyone's sleeping in.
Yeah, everyone's sleeping in. They're embracing their sleep without fireworks banging at 3
staying up a
a.m.
little. Yeah. I know. I've had to deal with that a little bit.
Yeah, people's dogs aren't going crazy. So
Even with city rule changes now, if you can't shoot fireworks off that early, they're still shooting them, and there's a strikeout.
There's a strikeout for the Rail Riders after being a full count. So that'll be the first out in the bottom of the 6th inning for the Rail Riders. So next up for the Rail Riders will be, I believe, number 2. Will be
Steven Matchin.
The third baseman for the Rail Riders will take the at-bat.
Yeah, Peyton Blinn striking out right there, and Matchin coming in, and hits his bat. Yeah, that's a foul ball right there.
That is as unfortunate of a foul ball as you can get. That ball is well behind him, but that hit the bat right over his head, over his shoulders, over his head. Maybe if he had a little wag on the bat, it wouldn't have hit it. But he had to make sure the moneymaker was safe first, but it still hit the bat, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So that'll be a strike.
If it's gonna hit anybody, you hit the bat, the thing that is meant to hit the ball.
Right. So it'll be a 0-1 count to start off Matchin. After an uncanny first pitch. A lot of uncanniness. Balls in the fences. Balls slamming the press box. We've seen it all tonight.
Canines. What else? What else would you want?
We've had a commentator switch.
Yeah.
Ethan McCormick with his wisdom teeth. We've had here in the press box. We had lasagna spill everywhere.
Hey, that lasagna spill was a tragedy.
It was a tragedy.
Tragedy.
Pastagate is what we're calling it up in the press box here.
It was.
If there's one food, I wish we could show a photo or a video of the of the lasagna falling. And that ball is going to be grounded to first for an easy out. We'll retire Matchin. If there's one food, you say the 5-second rule.
Mm-hmm.
If there's one food you don't want getting on the floor, it's lasagna or
Mm-hmm.
some variety of pasta.
Spaghetti.
Because it's
or
wet
something.
and the germs are quickly getting onto that sucker. If you have a slice of pizza and it just lands on the crust side, you're fine.
That's fine. Yep.
Brush
it off a little bit.
Brush it off a little bit. Brush off the bugs and the dust. But you don't want lasagna because that thing is contaminated. Every ounce, every square inch of that lasagna is being contaminated.
But we do have to say thank you to Joe Siwa for bringing it. It was delicious. Thank you to all directors out here, KC, all of them, making this a fun ballpark and all the logistics, and even over at Iowa Western, figuring out games over there. No, we sadly do not stream over there. They have a nice field over there and everything, but we love to be here.
We've got a great crew here for the Corn Belt League Network, on and off the field, and Torres will be struck out there, and that'll end the bottom of the 6th inning. So still a 2-1 lead for the Haymakers against the Rail Riders And we'll return into our last inning of baseball here shortly. Don't go anywhere. Don't leave us here at the Corn Belt League Network. We are back here in the Corn Belt League Network in the top of the 7th inning, where the Haymakers still have a 2-1 lead to the Rail Riders. The Haymakers have not scored since the 3rd inning, where they got 1 run and had a run before in the 2nd. And the Rail Riders got their first run in the bottom of the 5th, but we haven't seen much action since. 3 hits for both teams and 1 error for both teams.
Yep.
So it's been a pretty close, tight game tonight.
Yeah. Score being 2-1, and hoping that Swaney can control here and not let any runs up, and then Anderson come back out and hope that he can control that. And if the Row Riders can score another run or 2 and get up, and there's a pop fly.
Yeah, Villanueva pops that one up deep into left field, and he'll put the squeeze on that one. Got some good distance, some good power, but not enough to go yard for Villanueva, so that'll be a quick first out for the Rail Riders here.
Yeah, Chipper's going all the way back to the warning track, and good awareness to know where he was at, and then.
So now batting for the Haymakers will be Ben Kirkland, the extra hitter. Brought in an RBI earlier and grounded out in the 4th, so for his 3rd at bat, he hopes to piece something together that can put the Haymakers in a more safely sound lead here in our last inning of baseball.
Yeah, get a little some insurance runs and try to bump up the score a little bit and see if he can't if they can't come out on top here.
And that ball's a strike for Swaney. It's a 1-1 count with 1 out here at the top of the 7th. Swaney's been pitching all game, and he's really going to want to close out here, and that's another strike, 1-2 count. But he's been pitching all night. And in the bullpen for the Rail Riders, actually, is it's number 31. And he'll walk Kirkland to first base there, putting a man on base. Not exactly what the Rail Riders want in a close lead.
Now back, first baseman, number 11, Blake Peabody. It's 31. Curtis Flynn.
So it's Curtis Flynn that's in the.
Well, you're on the red right.
Curtis Flynn is in the bullpen for the Rail Riders here. But we still got Swaney pitching. And that ball is fouled over to Curtis Flynn, and the Bullpen right there.
Oh, kids, watch it. Oh, wow. That kid slid in front of Curtis.
That kid
and
just ran right into the bullpen with an active pitcher. Not a.
I love the commitment to that ball and the excitement to get that here, but at the same time, safety is more important, and there's an out right there as a
runner
try
from
to
first
steal.
to second. Run from first to second is tagged up on second, and he'll be out of here.
That's Kirkland trying to get over there, and she can't do it. And now that puts Peabody in a worse position with 2 strikes and 2 outs. He thought he was going to be okay with a strikeout here with only 1 out, but now that there's 2 outs, you got a little bit more pressure and a little bit more. You got to have more awareness of, okay, you got 2 outs now. Don't go on any pitch that you can. You got to find that sweet spot.
Right. So watching that ball go by him, that is a ball, so that'll be the first ball in the count. So it's a 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs for Peabody here.
Yeah, hoping Peabody can keep this at-bat alive and keep this top 7 alive as well. And there's another high ball to make it 2-2.
So the count even out to 2-2. 2 outs here at the top of the 7th. The Rail Riders and TJ Sweeney hope to close out this inning. And that ball's coughed up behind the plate, and it's low, so it'll be a full count here for Peabody.
Yeah, do you give him the green light here, or do you hold him and hope that Sweeney can throw one in the dirt or throw one high and get him on base?
If he walks him, I think we'll expect a pitching change as we got our man out of the bullpen here. And that ball's fouled up and behind us to the right of the press box. So we'll do it again, another full count with 2 outs.
Yeah, Curtis Flynn not in the bullpen anymore. He's back in the dugout, which could mean either they don't want him. Well, not that they don't want him anymore, but they don't want him warming up anymore, or that he's ready. He's ready to go, and he's ready to come in at any time. And there's your high fastball right there. And
that high fastball will walk Peabody, and Sweeney clearly frustrated. And
yep, there you go.
We'll have a meeting at the mound here and a likely pitching change. See Curtis Flint take the mound here for the Rail Riders, who really need to close out this game. You want a reliever who can close out this game when you're down. So we will leave you shortly and return quickly back to the top of this 7th inning. Don't go anywhere in this tight game here at the Corn Belt League Network.
And we welcome you back to the Corn Belt League Network. New pitcher here for the Rail Riders, Curtis Flint. In here, he's pitched 7 games, 9.1 innings, 22 strikeouts with only 4 walks. And this is the crazy part right here. If you're a baseball junkie, he's got a WHIP of .54, an opponent's batting average of .031. That's one of the best pitchers that we have here. If you look at the rest of the pitchers on this Rail Riders list, all their whips are above 1, and ERAs you can't really compare them. He's good. Let's just say that. You want this guy on your team.
If you're the Rail Riders and you're down 1-2, this is the perfect relief pitcher you want, even though you only got 1 more out on the inning. This is the guy you want to close out your game in a tight game as such. So
this is the guy with 22 strikeouts. This is what you want right here, and with 2 outs here, you just want to get final out, and then hope that your batting can go with that and try to pick off to first, but hope that your batting order can put another run, I guess 2 runs on the board, and try to win this out in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, and batting for the Haymakers is Braden Schmeckpepper. He's one of the best pitchers in the league and one of the best named players in the league facing off. He struck out twice today, and he's facing an 0-1 count. First ball is a strike.
It was a nasty curveball right there. You can see it right here, front and center, that he can throw. If you haven't learned that already, just by his stats.
Yeah, that first curveball is perfect curveball. You know, it's a pitch you want to be careful if you don't want to leave it hanging. But if you have perfect placement like Flint, you don't really got to worry about it. So he's got a 1-1 count with 2 outs in the inning, and Schmeckpepper takes a big swing at that one, no contact. So it's now a 1-2 count and 2 outs in the top of this 7th inning for the Haymakers.
This is what you want if you're on the Royal Riders right here. You want to get that, and
pitches up, and it is wild and outside. So he'll run from first to second, and he will stay safe and sound at second. So now in scoring position, not exactly a play that we see Flint make often. You know, wild pitch that gets out of your catcher's hands, not something that happens to a great pitcher like Flint very often.
Yeah, and you know, it happens. Let's just say that. It happens to the best of us. You know, you don't expect it from Flint. Just knowing that he's one of the best pitchers in this league right now. And there you go, the strikeout right there.
A strikeout to close the top of the 7th inning for the Rail Riders. Curtis Flint doing his job, not allowing any more runners to advance home for the Haymakers. So now, still down 1-2 are the Rail Riders. They will hope to keep this game alive, maybe pull off a win or go into extra innings. We will see you shortly here at the Corn Belt League Network. Don't go anywhere. We are back. Thank you for tuning back in to the bottom of this 7th inning. Possibly the last inning of baseball if the Rail Riders are not able to piece together a quick little comeback. Well, I don't even know if you really call it a comeback if you're down 1-2, but I mean, they were down 0-2 earlier in this game.
I was going to say, yeah, and with this, they wouldn't Haymakers haven't scored any since then, so yeah, you could call it a comeback. I would think.
So that first pitch for Anderson, who's been pitching all game, Logan Anderson.
Yeah, Bullifer up to bat now, and hits him off of the catcher's glove. had to move away for that one and count that as a ball, and 2-0 count. Bolifer up in this count and see what he can do.
The Rail Riders really need to get it all together, get a grip on this game here in this inning. It's what it all comes down to, really, when you're down 1-2 in the bottom of the 7th, and your game end of regulation only goes to 7 innings. So it's now a 2-1 count for the Rail Riders. Batting is Bolifer. And that's another ball for Bolifer. So it's now 3-1 count with no outs on the bottom of the 7th for the Rail Riders. And that pitch is another ball. So he will walk to first, Bolifer. And now coming in will be Prez for the Rail Riders. Prez, I apologize. So with a man on first, no outs in the bottom of the 7th, Prez is hoping to, get some movement going here on the bases to bring in at least another run. You need 1 run, but you'd preferably like to have 2 if you want to close out this game, not go into extra innings and not give the Haymakers any chance.
That's mainly what you want, but if you're looking to just stay in this game, then all you need is 1, and you already got a runner on base with no outs, and Chipper's up to bat and hoping that you can make some action happen here.
And that ball is high for Prez, so it's a 1-1 count now. This game wrapping up. Logan Anderson has had a fairly great day pitching. Only 3 hits allowed and 1 run earned. And that pitch is fouled over back and behind us in the right. So 1-2 count now. No outs. And a man on first. Eyeing down the pitcher is Prez.
We'll see if
Anderson
Chandler
is up.
Yeah. Call that a ball, 2-2, and we'll see if Chippers can get Chandler, who's on first, get him at least into scoring position, or if better, get him to third or home. And if you get him to home, then hope that you can either get 1 more, or just we're gonna be here for an 8th inning.
All right, and that pitch is outside, so it's now full count. And if you're the Haymakers here, you're really hoping for something like a double play. I mean, you're in double play territory. You could ground to shortstop and
that's
tag up second and swing at the first.
Ideal thing right there, and
ball's fouled over the dugout.
Right behind the Rail Riders dugout, and that's what you want if you're the shortstop. You want the ball in that case, and hope that your second baseman can get it and then throw it over to Moore at first and get the double play, and then just hope for 1 more and swing and a miss, and there you go, strike out.
Anderson strikes him out there, and that is the first out in the bottom of the 7th. Anderson's had a lot of control, and he shows it right there in a full count pitch. Gets a good old swing and a miss on him. So still got a man on first. And now coming up is Joshua Carlos for the Rail Riders, hoping to piece something together with 1 out in the bottom of the 7th when you're down by 1 run.
Yeah.
And that pitch is a ball.
You got a runner
1-0 count.
Runner on first too.
He's got a runner on first, so
Chandler, and you just hope that you can make something happen.
Yeah, if you're Carlos, you really want to advance your runner, but hypothetically, and that one's popped up. The third base foul, and he puts the squeeze on that one, and that'll be an easy second out.
Yeah, right in front of the Haymakers dugout. Third baseman Crawford kind of showing up a little bit and saying, "Hey, look at me, right in front of you." And now, what do you do when you're down with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th, down 1? What do you do?
And Lucas Slager is now the batter. So hypothetically, if he knocked this one out of the park, that would walk off the game. However, this year we did see a home run earlier today, but it hasn't been too common this year. We've only had a handful. But you got a runner on first. You really got
Yeah.
you really got to get some movement going here now. This is real. I mean, you got to get stuff going now. You can't.
Yep.
You don't have wiggle room. You can't ground out or nothing. You got 2 outs, 1 ball, 0 strikes. If you're the Rail Raiders, sorry, Rail Riders. Red Raiders and Rail Riders. It's really a mouthful.
On the same day too. It's
Right. So that'll be another ball. 2-0 count with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th for the Rail Riders. And that ball is cracked into center right field. It'll be a base hit. And he will runner on first will advance to second, and that'll be a base hit single. And that is exactly what the Rail Riders needed right then. A lot of R's.
Yeah, that's what you want. And now you got Joshua Cuniff coming up with 7 RBIs on the year, one of the top in the team, and you hope that he can do some damage, hit it right center or somewhere out there to where you can bring in Chandler and tie this game up. It's your main goal.
Right, so 2 outs, empty count. That one is popped up short. Anderson will come under that one, and the first baseman will put the squeeze on that one, and that will be the end of the ball game, ending with a Haymakers win, 2-1. A fairly quick game here tonight at J.J. Isaacson's. Rail Riders a little disappointed they couldn't piece together a win right there, but they made a valiant effort, and that will bring this game to a close. The Haymakers will shake each other's teammates' hands, and that will end the night for the Rail Riders and the Haymakers.
A good effort by the Rail Riders to come back with 1 run in the bottom of the 5th and try to come up, but they just come up short. And even though the hits, 3 for Haymakers, 4 for Rail Riders, and Rail Riders put in the effort.
Right.
They did what they could, and they did good. They had a comeback started in the 5th and couldn't finish it out in the 6th and the 7th. And kudos to the Haymakers and Anderson for holding on to that. And yeah, he gave 4 hits, but he only let up 1 run, and so it's a good night for him. And your team had 3 hits too with it, and so you just think that's a good night and good job by both teams. And we'll go to break right here, and we'll be back for our player of the game coming up right here on the Corn Belt League Network.
thank you for tuning back in to the Corn Belt League Network. I'm here joined with our player of the game, Haymakers pitcher Logan Anderson. Logan, thank you for joining us up here in the press box.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. So how does it feel to come off a tight win like that one, 2-1?
It definitely feels good, given that I had a start earlier in the year where I went all 7 innings, got the loss, and then there's a little bit of tension on the field. So I just like to let my game show the work. You know, I'll let that scoreboard do the talking, and then we'll leave it at that.
All right, so pitching all 7 innings there, is fatigue starting to become a factor for you late in that game?
Actually, it really wasn't, and that's the big thing that I've been working on this summer is being able to get into games. At a school up in Sioux Falls, I was a reliever, so I didn't really get a whole lot of starts. I got 2 on the year, and so we've been trying to lengthen me out. Last time I went 110. I don't even know what I went today, but it felt good. I felt good the whole time. Everything came together towards the end of the game, which was even better. So.
That's great. So this week, we've got 4th of July coming up. You got any big plans to wrap up this week?
Oh, yeah. My family does a big show every 4th. So tomorrow we got that, and then get a family event going on the 4th, then just hang out with my family.
It's fun to hear.
Yep.
Fun to hear. Well, thank you for joining me,
Thanks
Logan.
for having me. Appreciate it.
Of course, great performance tonight.
Thank you.
And we will see you later. And as tomorrow, we'll have the War Dogs special game planned for our 4th of July week. Thank you for tuning in tonight in this great matchup of the Haymakers and the Rail Riders, and we will see you soon. Thank you for tuning in tonight for the Corn Belt League Network.